What is going on, everybody? It is Friday night. It is time to do some horns forward. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
You guys know me. I'm the loudmouth of the South, SAJ. To my, I got to work on the camera. To this side.
Sí, bueno, Bramacita.
And then, of course, you guys know this guy, but...
The Mariachi Brahma.
Love it. And you may know this guy, but it's pretty obvious who he is. You like how I did that there? It's Captain Obvious joining us tonight. Captain.
From the DC Defenders.
Yes. Thank you for having me. This is fantastic.
Thank you for coming to the show. It really means a lot to us. And this whole series has really meant a lot to all of us here. Just being able to reach out and connect with the super fans of the XFL, right? Because this is really what it's about. It's about the fans. It's an opportunity for players to get opportunities in the XFL, coaching staff, whatever, to try and move back into the NFL or move up to the NFL. But it's also an opportunity for us to be fans and be crazy and just let all that pent up energy out. So that being the case,
keep the party going from the championship, because that was a fun party.
Okay.
Well, minus the game, but before the game, it was a fun party.
Well, even the after party was fantastic. It just didn't stop. Even though the game worked out the way it did, the party still went on, and it was just it was unique because we saw everybody, not only from our contingency went down there, but we saw everybody else that was attached to this league that came down, that were like, their arms were open, and it was like, this is the most fantastic league I've been a part of.
And I have to say, I was so proud of Las Vegas. I saw 2 Vegas Vipers people there. Yeah. I was so proud of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, given what they had to overcome and everything that they went through with the field and all that, to be able to have at least two people at the championship game. I remember when they showed up, one of them showed up at the tailgate, even though he was from San Diego. We were like, we don't care, you're from Las Vegas today. Now, Captain Obvious, we like to start off every show with a little bit of ASMR for the people who are into that. You might appreciate this too, because it'll add to your beer snake. So,
yes,
everybody, with your beers up, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Salud, everybody.
Salud.
And Prost. So,
Prost.
I'm going to ask the obvious question.
I get a lot of those.
There's going to be a lot of these obvious puns tonight, I can tell.
Oh, 100%, man. I'm bringing everything I got. I even spent like an hour looking up obvious questions. But we want to know, why Captain Obvious? What's the inspiration behind it? What was your muse to create Captain Obvious for the XFL?
How much time do you have? Because I can lengthen this story till next Friday if you need to. But the real motivation for this was a desperate need to get up on a jumbotron somewhere.
Love it.
I need the attention. I thrive on it. I love it. Ever since I left college, I was like, what do I do now? And was going to baseball games, and they used to have a fan of the game up there, and they would have a couple kids dancing with some old dude, and they would show up, fan number 1, fan number 2, fan number 3, and people would applaud for their favorite, and they would become fan of the game. I said, I want to do that. How do I get up there? And I was like, well, I'm not going up against the kid, that's for sure. and I'm not a dancer. No chance of that happening. So how else can I do this? And the attention started coming around when I started doing this. And the first time, and it worked. I was fan of the game one time, and I still have it on my phone as a video. And then I came to the next game as a regular fan, just dressed up in a W and a jersey and stuff. And people were like, what are you doing? Where's Captain Obvious? I said, well, no, I did what I needed to do. Was I got up on the jumbotron. You saw it. I was, we high-fived. Come on. and those guys, because when you go to a sporting event and you have season tickets and people around you, you get to know them, throughout the year. And there's a bond that is created there. And when they got comfortable with Captain Obvious and me, Ted Peters, they said, look around. And I looked around up to the section, and they were like, 3/4 of these people just saw you on TV. They wanted to see Captain Obvious. Now they're not here. I was like, no way. There's no way they're here to see Captain Obvious. So I turned and I asked some people that were in that section for that game. And they said, yeah, where is he? I went, oh, they're right. so it became a thing. And we had a play-by-play guy, FP Santangelo, that was in our TV broadcast. And he would always make jokes about being Captain Obvious and cracking himself up on air. And I'm, if it's an away game, I would watch it. Haha, that's funny. And then I saw the hotels.com guy, that Captain Obvious. And 2 and 2 started equaling 75. And I was like, I can do that. I can make Nat's Captain Obvious come to life. And the way it's been accepted and just embraced by the fandom is it still overwhelms me sometimes.
I know I did. Even when I would watch y'all's games, I would hope to see what sign you were going to be holding up.
Yeah, that was
She's
another thing.
She is our sign queen, by the way, here in San Antonio.
I'm the sign person. I'm not a Captain Obvious, but I'm the sign girl too.
But see, this makes it easier to do the signs. Right. It's hot. You know what? Guess what? Yeah, it's hot.
They probably would have put our sign up a whole lot earlier instead of the last game if I was wearing the obvious sign.
Well, there's one sign they probably.
You have my permission if you need it.
Yeah. So one of the funny stories with her signs is, we're obviously having trouble as fans, and I'll admit this: San Antonio struggled to know when to make noise. And as a football fan, when the offense is on the field, hey, keep it down a little bit, let them think. And even the players on the sidelines would be like, hey, y'all, chill.
Sure.
It took until week 10 when we played against you guys, when she made a sign that says quiet offense at work for the Alamo Dome to finally be like, oh, hey, we got to do that too.
That's what that means.
Yeah, and they put it on the Jumbotron. And they did all this stuff, and we're like, it only took you guys 10 weeks, but thank you.
And I had the sign every time, and every time we were on offense, I held it up. I was like, shh.
And you were on TV every time too, right?
Probably.
Every game after that, yes.
But I gotta say, I think your most epic moment of the season, because it's something that's ironed into my brain. It was when you told us a Jumbotron story. You went above and beyond that, and you became a legend on ESPN when you held up the sign when y'all were pounding on Seattle that says, "How's the view from the couch?"
Yeah.
That was legendary. That was
for St. Louis.
Best.
Yeah.
That was the best,
because they were making a big hoopla about how many people they were getting to their games. And they were making fun of us a little bit because our stadium isn't as big as theirs, and they led the league in attendance. We led the league. I wish I could say that. Well,
you led the league in wins.
I know. Okay. All right. Except the last one. Still hurts.
It hurts me
Still
too.
hurts.
It hurts all of us. It hurts all of us.
That one win you got in San Antonio against us probably hurts the absolute most.
Oh God, that had us miss the playoffs by 2 feet.
Yep.
That was rough.
But it's okay.
I can't.
That's football, right?
Yeah, that's football.
Unfortunately, it is.
That's the breaks. But it was just for us, right? Kind of a moral victory to know that we were able to go toe to toe with the best team in the XFL. And sorry, there's no argument. I don't care. Arlington backdoor to win. I have no problem saying that.
Backdoor.
We went said that for the other show. We went toe to toe with the champions, and we left bloody and bruised. But you guys knew you had to fight against us, and you only walked out with the 2-point win. So moral victory. I mean, I get it. That's some of the rougher people would say that's what the losers say. Well, that's fine. I'll take whatever win we get.
It's a fantastic league, and those guys give everything that they have every Sunday or every Friday or whenever they play. When a fan base can adopt players and the players feed off of our enthusiasm and give it back to us, that I think creates a home field advantage. It really does. And it doesn't matter if you're 6-10, if those guys have a desire, they will find a way to win because they want to play and they want to play hard. And I love that about this league.
Yeah, no, I mean, so I guess my next question to you is, so, after I had gotten done watching the Brahmas play what was probably the worst game of the season and get pounded by Las Vegas, I turned on ESPN and I see Orlando's taking it to DC, and I'm just like, what? So at the end of that game, knowing that Orlando was the worst team in the league, when the game ended, you as Captain Obvious, as a super fan, as the fan that people rally around, what did that feel like? Like how did you feel? Like, were you like, that's all right, it's just a bump in the road, or you're like, damn, this is embarrassing?
It was more of a bump in the road. It was like, look, these guys are out there sacrificing. Any time that they want to do it, they can step up and start playing well. On a perfect play where you have certain things go right and one guy slips on the other side, and there's a touchdown. Those things happen. It's fine. It really didn't affect us to make the playoffs. We kind of were like, it's okay.
I wish we could have,
because it really does happen. When because they're playing for something. They are absolutely 100% totally into this. And again, that's the great thing about this league, is that what they give, we receive, and we try to give it back. And this might be the last go around for some of these guys, but it's also it might be a stepping stone to a lot of extraordinary events that could happen to them, because in this league, you can't get too attached to your players.
Yeah,
very true.
They're going to leave. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But that's a good thing.
We've learned that the hard way with our kicker, John Parker Romo. We loved him to death, and we're so happy that he's doing well in Detroit. We all knew he wasn't coming back, but we're definitely it's a big hole in our heart.
I hear you.
Half
our team is gone.
Yeah, you're right about not getting attached, but I think the best part of it, though, is the fact that we get that kind of connection with them.
Yep.
Just in general, like they actually become friends. Like, they know who you are.
It's special. It's broken special down a little bit. It's not like being major league is what they call it in baseball. When a guy comes in and he's either injured and going back up to the big club, so to speak. and he doesn't have time for the fans or the other players or anything like that. These guys care about us, and that's special.
Very.
And that's something that I definitely noticed league wide is that, all the players seem to really have a connection, even though they were based in Arlington and had, the operations going there. When they went to their home cities, they really cared about the communities because they realized, oh, these people are here for us. That's something that's been a common theme with a lot of the players that we spoke with, especially the ones that were Brahmas that had never been to San Antonio other than to play in the Alamo Dome. They're like, there's so many people going wild here. And, over the course of the season, we got to make those personal connections with them. And like you said, it's something that is very unique and special that you just can't find in the NFL. Because those guys, I feel like if you wanted to just wave at them, you're going to get tackled by a security guard.
Probably.
That's or ignored. Yeah,
or ignored. Yeah,
there's only two outcomes of that. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is complete. It's the exact opposite in this league.
Absolutely.
They, every player I think appreciates the shot that they're getting, an extra shot if they will, or the last shot, but they know they're doing it for us and we're there for them, right. And it's it really is something that I didn't really expect. I think in 2020, just before everything hit and shut down, that's when the beer snake kind of reared its ugly head over there. Okay. That's where the beer snake kind of wrapped itself around DC and put a stranglehold on the neck of the football fans, because it was in this town, we didn't have a football team to cheer for.
Yeah, they're in Landover, the other ones.
Well, they weren't even a team. They were terrible. And they were terrible to the fans. The players didn't like us. The coaching staff didn't understand who we were. Even down to the parking attendants would just take my $50, park your car, and leave me alone. It was like, whoa, time out. Wow. We're here trying to create something. And I think I only went to 2 Redskins games in those 21 years. The experience was absolutely horrible.
Wow.
The Snyder effect.
Yes. Yep. And that's another beautiful thing about Audi Field is these guys are hungry for football, and when they hear an F Dan Snyder chant start, no matter where it is, the entire stadium goes bananas with it. That's my favorite chant, by the way. Yes.
So that's kind of similar to the chant that they do in St. Louis when they refer to their old team owner and the Rams and that whole debacle and everything like that.
Yep.
But let's switch gears a little bit. I'm sure you've traveled around quite a bit. You've seen, some of the different locations and some of the different fan bases. So this is kind of a 2-part question. Okay. What was your highlight memory of this season with your team, and what was the best fan base that you interacted with?
We'll go number 2 first.
All right.
And I it really when I took the shot at St. Louis with the couch, I really thought I was going to get a lot of hate from St. Louis, but everybody I met from that fan base said, ouch, that hurt, but it was funny. I was like, that's a different level of, okay, they get it. And, and I think that, and when we went to the Alamo Dome, when we ran into everybody down there, it was nothing but love. There was no animosity. There was no hatred. There was no FU kind of, he's a Defenders fan. I'm not going to talk to him. Everybody was like, okay, this is Captain Obvious, and someone else is stalking around here.
The Defender.
What?
Do you know who this guy is?
Captain. Yeah, you need to watch out, Captain. There's somebody on your back.
Wait. But it's this type of thing, and that the league kind of says, okay, if you want to go crazy, you want to put yourself in outfits, and we'll embrace that and recognize it. These guys were on the field at halftime, and it was like, could you imagine us going down at halftime and just waving to the crowd, getting fired up, and that type of thing? We're never included in that stuff, but we are at this league, and it's very special. Now, getting back to question number one, it's hard to separate myself from the beer snake. It really is, because every time that thing starts in that section, as one time I showed up, and as soon as I got out out of the portal, so to speak, and people saw who you see him in the chat. Right? Yeah, son of a gun. As soon as I got out there and people saw that the captain was there, a roar started to well up in the section, and it kind of spread out to half the stadium. I was like, for me? And then I heard, because I usually travel around with the Stanley Cup mug and drink out of it. And then I heard some 10-year-old kid say, chug. I went, I just filled this thing up. Are you kidding me?
Do it for the kids.
Yeah, for the kids. And then everybody else heard that, and it was a chant, chug, chug, chug. I was like, well, I can't not do this. And the Stanley Cup is a hard mug to drink out of. So you have to kind of take your time, or you're going to wear it. Kind of like shooting the boot a little bit.
Yeah.
And during one of the baseball games, during their celebrations for the championships, the division titles that they won, one of the players said he was being interviewed, and the interviewer caught some beer as he was inhaling, and he started choking. He said, I got some beer. It went down the wrong pipe. And Kevin Franson, who's our play-by-play guy, he goes, there is no wrong pipe. Well, that's funny. But that was the only thing I heard when I started chugging the Stanley Cup, because it went down the wrong pipe. I was trying to clear my throat and drink beer. It took me forever, and people lost interest in the whole debacle. I was like, well, okay, I'll shrink over here and find some other place to pop up. So but the beer snake, I think, has taken over, and it has become a signature for the DC fans.
100%. Yeah. I think it's, going back to XFL 1.0, so many sports teams, so many sports leagues have taken so many things that were innovated by the XFL, such as like the Sky Cam and things like that.
That's right.
And me personally, I'm a big soccer fan. I love watching Major League Soccer, and I gotta say, DC United needs to take some notes from the DC Defenders, because if I watch a DC United game and I watch a DC Defenders game, and I told this to the defender himself too, the Defenders have such much more of a rowdier and just electric crowd versus DC United, and that's because soccer is known for hooliganism, not so much in the United States, of course, but it almost feels kind of like a college football game atmosphere where people just go nuts, and I can very easily tell that just from, if I go back and watch a DC Defenders replay and I watch a DC United game that may go on this weekend. it's two totally different worlds.
It really is. I'm going to say something obvious here. They're two different sports.
Well,
I've been waiting for this.
Yes. And you can see, you can feel that, and you're right about the hooliganism, because DC United put that beer stand, that section that we do the beer snake in.
Right.
It's standing room only, and the reason the beer snake started was they don't allow can. Did you see that? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Little caterpillar right now.
They don't allow cans down there because people go nuts and start throwing stuff because they're so close to the field. So they said, okay, we'll just do, cups. You can't hurt anybody with a cup, right? Okay, we'll figure something else out to bring attention to us. And
how about
bam!
1,000 cups?
Were you part of the group that walked in with it and at the championship?
No, I was still at the bar.
the DC way right there.
I had to contribute to the snake, and I looked around and it was gone. I was like, "Where'd you guys go?" Oh, that's right, they have to go. So I tried to walk it down, tried to catch up to them, but with the security that was over there, they made it difficult for us to actually bring that in with the stadium.
Yeah, I got video. I got a little video clip of the group walking in, and I was like, "What is going on? Why are they like?" I heard horns and stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, it's the snake!"
We were chanting and everything. Yeah. We walked that thing about a half a mile, if you can believe that.
Wow,
dedication.
Yes.
In the San Antonio heat.
At first, we were kind of struggling with the pace because the guy up front would walk too fast and it would separate. So, we would get it and put it back together and say, okay, slow your roll.
It's like a military march at that point.
Take a half a step. We'll get there. It needs to be intact, though. So we made it, though.
Yes, we did.
So, if you had to pick a team that you're like, so to kind of backtrack, I hate the Arlington Renegades with a passion. You mentioned earlier that in San Antonio there was nothing but love and all that good stuff. Well, I got unanimously booed in my own stadium because I was holding up an anti-Renegade sign. And I was also going for you guys because I had my red bow tie or my red mariachi bow tie.
I remember,
And so I was going for for DC because anybody but Arlington. That's my feelings, right? They know that. I've made that very clear. So, Captain Obvious, who is your and or DC's most hated rival or team?
Well, in football, it has to be Dallas. So by geographic location, Arlington is right there. So they get the hatred. Plus, they beat us. So
yes,
there's more hatred coming their way. I mean, not hatred, but
No, you could say it, hatred.
I'm
going to make sure I have a few signs ready for them when they come into town.
Thank you.
Let's go.
I just made a new best friend right here.
Yes.
Except for he
that wasn't too hard, was it?
Nah.
It's gonna be me who ends up making it, though. That's what ends up happening.
Yeah. Well,
he has a crazy idea. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Let's do it.
Speaking of crazy ideas, I know you were you at the DC San Antonio game in San Antonio?
No.
Okay. So, crazy idea. I don't know if you saw this on TV or not, but hang on real quick.
Uh-oh.
Jay's infamous for a show and tell, so he's ready.
He loves this flag.
Okay.
So somebody
I love it
in the group
I
came
love
up
it.
with a crazy idea of making a step on beer snake flag.
Mm-hmm.
And we displayed those all throughout the stadium. I had no idea.
End zone. They was.
That's fantastic.
And here's the best part, though, right? We tease, we joke around, we jest.
Sure.
DC players were absolutely, at first they were kind of like, huh? And then they were like, oh, the beer snake. And then they were kind of chuckling around and having a good old time with it. So,
right?
Yeah.
That's, and you wouldn't get that in other leagues.
No.
You would be ignored. Say, whatever, it's a sign. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But now.
Probably get it confiscated too.
Yeah.
Right. So and again, it's the owl that's funny type of attitude that we have towards each other, because we're here for a reason, and that's the love of football.
Right.
And anything else other than that either adds to it or kind of subtracts from it. Mostly adds, because of this league and the way they've set it up and the interaction of all the fans. Not only just the fans and the players, but the fans as they come through, because right now we have open arms over here in DC. We would love to have you guys come up and experience the insane energy that's over there with the beer snake in that section. It's crazy.
I am waiting for that schedule drop and hoping it says San Antonio at DC, because I want to go in my mariachi suit, going and contributing to the snake.
Yes.
Yep.
We might put you at the base of it. So
I'll hold it up.
Yes, absolutely.
With the sombrero.
Yep.
Well,
put it up on
there. Put a cup holder so it just starts there. And there you go.
It gets heavy, though, I have to admit. I've been down there.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Captain, what's the future hold for Captain Obvious? Are we going to contribute more to your costume? Is anything changing for you, or is it just going to be you're going to elevate those signs?
Yeah, I try to keep it fresh with the signs, but I like to keep the outfit the same, and it may look like I only have one outfit, but I have like 10 shirts, 11 pairs of shorts, 7 different socks,
So it's all clean.
And the hats are all, different to a certain extent. Right. So I can withstand a 2-week homestand in baseball and still be, okay.
Nice. That's impressive.
But, it becomes, I don't want to freak people out and show up like Enrico Palazzo one game and say, or Santa Claus, it's like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Well, there's Captain Obvious. He's always here.
Yeah.
So I try to maintain the same look. I throw in different signs to get the attention and laughs. That's important to me, because the way it's been accepted from the fan base, and the kids love it, and it's just one of those things. And no one pays me to do this. I do it for whiskey and smiles, but mostly smiles, but whiskey and smiles.
Let's go.
That's the same for most of us.
Yeah, I think next year, what I like is that this year I think ESPN found their targets for next year as far as who they want to be on there. So, whoa, hey, we have a special guest back there.
Look at that.
What?
Who's that guy?
He turned into from a cardboard cutout to the actual defender.
Have you ever seen the movie Mannequin from the 80s?
Yes.
Are y'all neighbors?
Yes. This guy probably has input.
Because I was gonna say, between you two and the beer snake, I think I know who ESPN's gonna want to put their cameras on.
Well, I think Doug the Defender. Can you hear? Doug the Defender is probably one of those guys too.
Oh, yeah.
The XFL tried to 86 the beer snake on us. They tried to not have game 1 this year. They said for safety reasons, and as we built the snake, they destroyed it. So they were selling vodka drinks with lemons, half lemons cut up into these lemonade vodka drinks, pelted with lemons. And it became a lemon thing when they did that. And the very next week, the XFL said, okay, you can have the beer snake. And you're darn right we can.
And now they're making money off of it by selling shirts that say "Feed the Snake." So I'm glad they embraced it.
Yep.
Y'all gonna have lemon shirts next.
There's guys out there with lemons, like hats and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw. This was the first time at the championship when I saw things being thrown on the field.
Lemon guys?
Like lemons were like what the heck? You don't normally have to worry about that, but.
Let's go.
I may just have to get me a shirt like that.
That's the
thing. On the way.
It's
yours.
I don't buy other teams' apparel, but that shirt, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking. I'm like, season ticket member discount. I could rock a DC shirt. I don't got no beef with them.
Add to it, like put
as
some
long as it doesn't look like the flag I just saw.
I would like I said, I'd probably throw some chamoy and tahini on him, and then it'll be a Mexican snake.
That's okay. That'll work. It all works.
We'll put some San Antonio flair on it. That way it works down here.
And that's one of the cool things is. So a couple weeks ago, I went up to Tulsa, Oklahoma to go visit the in-laws, and when I was flying up, I went on Southwest, I flew from San Antonio to Dallas to Tulsa. And on the flight from Dallas to Tulsa, I was wearing this hat right here, and there was a guy sitting towards the front. He had a DC shirt on, and we just both looked at each other, and it was just like a XFL, It wasn't even like a "hey, screw you" kind of thing. It was like a
"how dare you wear that on my plane?"
It was like a "hey, what's up, my man?" Now, if it was an Arlington Renegades, I would have been like, "Don't."
Okay, I'm changing my
flight.
Don't
exist.
Yeah, right.
But with the DC, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you guys in Houston and a little bit St. Louis too, but you guys in Houston are the fans I'd say that we vibe with the most, because when I went to Houston to go watch a game, I was taking tequila shots in the stands with Houston fans. So I'm just like, I could get down with this. So between that and then doing y'all's beer snake, I want to go see you guys next year. I really hope the schedule drops and it says that we're going to DC, because I've been to DC once. I loved it.
Never been. I'm ready.
Yeah, no, there's just one thing that is the problem with, I don't want to say a problem, but there's not a whole place to tailgate in that area where Audi Field is.
Walter's Bar.
Yeah, there's a lot of bars we ended up going to, so we can't cook out, but we order out. Does that
that'll work? Let us do the cooking when you come here, and then we'll order out wherever you guys support.
It was phenomenal down there. Oh, it was good stuff.
Walter's Bar. Hey, y'all take notes. Walter's Bar.
Yep.
Yes.
And so
I'm just gonna follow them around.
Yep.
So yeah, Walters has.
We have it all planned out for you. So it's going to be a good trip.
I believe when we had the Defender on our show earlier, I asked about this, but for both of you guys, I'm asking a special favor. When San Antonio invades DC, make sure you keep some of that beer that you're enjoying right there. Couple of dozen.
Got one with your name on it.
Yeah, well, I just want to take some back to San Antonio. Right.
All right, I got 2 with your name on it.
Okay.
If they still have any, I'm gonna go get like 40 of them. But
let's go.
That's what I've been doing with these.
I miss those. I miss those $2 beers. At least that one night when.
Oh my God, that was fantastic.
I mean, I didn't have to pay for any, but they were $2.
Oh, I don't remember leaving the bar that night. That was fantastic.
I went to Alamo like 2 weeks ago, and they said, yeah, if you find these in the stores, buy them, because we're not making any more until we get closer to the season again.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, they'll be back. It's just they're not gonna make any until it's like maybe December, November, around that time frame. They'll start brewing and canning it in this can, or maybe I don't know if they're gonna have a new can. But they're like, if you find it, buy it because we're not currently canning it anymore. So every time I go to the grocery store here and I see that there's like there's like a end cap, and they all have like the different tall boys there, and there's one row that's got these ones, and every week I take like 6 of them, and there's like a total, like 7 or 8 total, and I'm just like, yeah, 6 of them are mine. Right. So I have a fridge full of these that I'm just like slowly working my way through.
Well, it's nice of you to leave 1 or 2 for other.
I gotta be considerate, you know.
I wouldn't do that.
Either
These are mine. I'm taking them. Sorry, I got here first.
Y'all.
And what's funny though is when you go to the checkout and like I obviously have an abundance of these, and I'm usually wearing. This is my favorite hat, so I'm usually wearing this hat, and they're looking at me like, "Sir, you have a problem."
Yes,
and
yes,
I'm like,
I do.
I do. Yeah,
they're not making it right now. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's
no
my
problem here.
No, especially if I'm wearing a Brahma shirt or if I'm going with like a basketball. So I have a Brahma's tattoo also, like, and like I'm just like
dedicated.
Yeah, I'm
dedicated.
Love
it.
Yeah, I kind of went a little overboard.
A little overboard.
I think if you don't have a tattoo, you need a Defender's tattoo.
So far, I only know you and
shields up, baby.
That shield that you have on your chest there, maybe with an obvious sash over it, I think would be chef's kiss for a perfect tattoo.
To express my love for this team and this man.
Yeah. And see, and when I got the tattoo, people were like, "You're crazy. What if this league doesn't exist anymore?" And I'm like,
"Yeah, but you are crazy."
I am crazy a little bit. But, I was like, at the very least, I'm going to have the memories that I had this past season. And they're some of the best, man. I haven't had this much fun in football since I played, and I stopped playing.
Did you say that?
15 years ago.
So I don't know if you guys can see the comment, but EW put this comment up in the chat. So
that man speaking right there is the man who holds the base of the beer snake every single game. It is the defender of the beer snake.
I'm going to be reaching out to you.
So just know. When are you guys going to have an off-season get-together?
On a Friday night so we can tune in with y'all. That's what's going to happen.
Period.
We love it.
Period. End of story.
We're going to have it at Walters, and we'll have everyone over there.
Do it.
And it's going to be it's going to happen. We just thought of it, and we can make it happen. And
we've been talking about it since Sunday in San Antonio.
Yeah. But like we can put out something and say, hey, we're going to Walters, because the Defenders just had a on-field player development league thing, and the turnout for that was very impressive, as far as getting the new players in here and get them acclimated to the style that we play, and they didn't allow. I don't think they allowed fans in there, but everybody went to Audi Field and was surrounding Audi Field just to get a glimpse of it, which impressed me. It really did.
Yeah. Yeah, I can guarantee you that if we were to do something like that here in San Antonio, we'd be following your lead on that, and there'd be a bunch of us outside also.
I believe that.
For whatever reason, they want to go to Houston and Arlington instead. They ignore us.
I know.
Probably because this guy. There's no windows for us to press our faces up against to watch the players.
Well, you do what you have to do sometimes. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yes, we would love if you guys organize something, let us know. We would love to have you guys on, the whole DC nation.
Oh yeah. If we're having an off-season party, we're doing it live on this podcast.
Absolutely, 100%.
Oh, yeah, you just let me know.
Yeah,
I drove an hour to see. When I walked in here, is the first time we communicated today. Besides me texting him saying I'm coming.
That's communication.
When he said hello to me, it was the first time I've seen him in months
since the Alamo Dome.
Since I went to a Nats game with you, but we got.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Free beer everywhere he goes. Free beer.
Free beer. There you go.
From the free beer.
It was.
Free beer.
Yeah. See, I've got tickets over there. I got pretty good tickets at Nats Park. They're 5 rows from the field. It's it's down by the ball girl, so it's in foul territory ish. Since they put up the nets.
I've never seen him leave the bar.
I can't.
Do you go as Captain Obvious to the Nats games?
Of course.
So would you say Captain Obvious is a DC thing, or is it a Defenders thing that just you share it with other teams?
I knew about. Okay, here's a question I wanted to ask y'all, but let me preface it. I seen this guy in the chats, Vermont. He's been hanging out with us. He was at the championship, and he brought something up one time when we were there, and he's like, "Wait a minute, y'all didn't all know each other before this?" And I thought that we all knew we didn't know each other. But like none of us know it. We just know each other through this. So I was wondering how y'all know each other, if y'all all knew each other before this. That's so awesome.
How cool is that?
So
I have a new family. Like that's what it is.
So
A new family.
Long story, but we all connected through the San Antonio Brahmas XFL fan page, right?
Yes.
Now, some of the people that were in there were still connected from the San Antonio Commanders, from the AAF, right?
The who?
San Antonio. It's
a Commanders Redskins thing up here. I know it's funny.
They stole our name. They 100% stole our name. It was our name first.
And take command. That's ours.
Yes, 100%. We've got the document.
You can have it back.
Of it. Well, I think we'll stick with Brahma.
I'll take points forward.
Yeah.
See, it's much better.
Yes. But so once we found out that we had a team, okay. Wow.
What in the world?
Captain,
I'm done. I'm done.
See? I love these guys.
I am done.
To answer your question, I've known about this man for years because this is a DC staple. This is a DC sports legend right here. And then we became BFFs through the Defenders, man. It's so cool. Next thing you know, I'm staying in a tiny house with him and 4 other dudes.
Tiny house.
Like a half a block from your stadium.
It was right across the street. I loved it.
Yeah, an Airbnb.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't live in a tiny house. I live in my van. It's in the driveway, right?
Down by the river,
But,
right? Yeah.
That goes for
house here to come out.
That goes for a premium down by the Potomac River.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, to live in your van on the Potomac's like $3,500 a month.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's growing. It's growing.
But yeah, we didn't know each other, and a lot of the groups. It's because of the XFL and because of efforts of super fans such as you guys, such as us, whatever, that have grown these super groups that we have. So
it's so awesome.
And I keep on harping this on like almost every podcast, but since we're about to enter uncharted waters with season 2 of the XFL, which has never happened before, I keep on saying I want this to be like a family reunion where we're like, buddy, I missed you, instead of where it's this first season where the week 1 everyone was kind of feeling each other out, like, who is this guy? Is it cool? And now it's like, everybody knows everybody. Everybody's cool. Different fan bases know each other. And it becomes, like I said, a family reunion. And that's what I'm really hoping for. I'm sure the league is hoping for the same thing. But I'm just really excited that there's XFL 2.0 because I don't know, were you guys involved or XFL season 2? Because I was going to ask, were you guys involved in XFL previously before,
We were. We were part of the Beer Snake when it started. Yep. Like I was saying before, that's where the beer snake started, was in the first part when Luck was the commissioner.
Yes.
Yeah, back in 2.0.
He added a beer to the beer snake.
He did. He came up and he was so excited about the beer snake and how it looked and the energy in the joint. He came over and fed he fed the snake, which how many commissioners would come down and bother themselves to do that? So it's very
Not
accessible, and I can't get enough of the league.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't follow. I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't follow XFL 2.0 too much because I was still crying tears in my beer from the loss of the Commanders and the way that they did us dirty. The scar that was left by the AAF here in San Antonio is deep. Like, it's deep that it affected the Brahmas to this day. But I think having season 2 kind of helped heal some of the wounds from those scars, because I think we're getting ready for a pretty big season, a much bigger season 2 than what we had this past season. A lot of people were very hesitant last season.
Well, it's we feel the pain over here because this entire fan base had no football team to cheer for. I said that before. Mm-hmm. And when 1.0 started, you felt just a welling up of okay, this is it, and we want to cheer for a football team and fall in love with it, and we did. And then that thing hit with that COVID stuff, and they shut us down.
Yeah, So
and,
I know you're feeling because I cried.
And and since we went through the fiasco of the Redskins and the Commanders, don't confuse,
and the football team,
and the football team,
that was the best
the football
team in the history of the
NFL.
right.
We felt the same. We felt the same way, and because the scar that the Redskins left us for that 20 some odd years that they had that owner, it you can still feel it even with the Defenders fan base, because they are adamant about their hatred towards that guy. Now, I don't know if a lot of those guys will go over to the Redskins to the football team that's over in Landover. I know it's so bad. I can't.
Hopefully,
I call them football team.
Okay, the football team. But everybody over there is excited to be back. And I'd like to claim a little bit of credit, not me personally, but us as a fan base, to show the big guys, the NFLers, this is how you do it. This is the excitement that you can draw on and make something special. Don't major league us. Like I said before, don't appreciate what we're trying to do. Mm-hmm. It's not that 100%. Hard to say you guys are great, or even just put us on TV, just for a second or two.
We do like that.
That's all we need. Well, that's all I need.
I mean,
need more than a second, man.
Like, it's crazy what the XFL has done for me personally. I have been a Packers fan since I was 6 years old, because that's the year that they won the Super Bowl, and by 6-year-old logic, that makes you a fan.
That's a while ago.
This year, I, for the first time in my life, along with the Packers, I will be wearing another team's colors, and that is the Detroit Lions blue. Ooh. But not because I care for the Lions, because my boy John Parker Romo's kicking for them.
Right.
And to get a Packers fan to care, if you got a Packers fan to care for the Bears, that's one thing. But to care, just to get a fan to care about the Lions from Texas, it just shows you the power that the XFL brings.
It really is more powerful than people know.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's
what they call grassroots. I don't know what that really means.
Yeah,
but, it's something from that grows from the ground, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, Captain,
I do what I can. I do what I can. I try to stay in character as often as I can, and it kind of, I don't know if it gets on these guys' nerves too much, but they
Doesn't
smile,
seem like it.
and as long as they keep smiling, I'm going to keep doing it.
He doesn't realize what a legend he is, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't listen to him. Yeah,
I can't stay in character like Ballhawk did last week.
Oh man,
That was impressive. I sent some comment in there about him staying in character for 35 minutes, and he goes, "When I go to the Defender's house next season, I'll be in character for 48 hours." And my girl was next to me, wondering why we were listening to what we were listening to. And she was like, "When he comes where?" I was like, actually, we got like 5 or 6 different people from St. Louis probably staying with us that weekend.
Get prepared now, sweetie.
So honey, I forgot to tell you that.
Yep, she wanted to live together. That's what,
Speaking of Ballhawk one, did you guys happen to watch the after show?
Yeah, I was about to say, for anybody that did, the Ballhawk one is absolutely still alive.
Did he tap into the after show?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Let's just say it started with a butt crack and then it ended with silence and like a phone tipped over.
Usually it does.
You can find it out there. Like he had been drinking his his homemade chooch.
His St. Louis Boonies whiskey.
His toilet bowl.
We had some of that, didn't we?
That's gonna be y'all at the after party after San Antonio at DC.
He been sipping it the whole time in this little crazy cup, and by the time we got to the after show, he was trying to get something off the top shelf. The leg broke on the chair, and he crashed. Like, hello?
Yeah.
Not surprised.
There's this crazy thing called gravity. That,
the beaver.
I don't know.
He passed out with the beaver. Yeah, right.
Beaver.
Not in a good way, though.
Well, it's if you pass out with a beaver, it's always good.
He busted out some kind of beaver thing. And...
Yeah, it was like a beaver pelt, and yeah. Not that kind of beaver pelt, though.
What?
It's gonna be a fun 48 hours.
No. You were in so much trouble, man.
There are the other lunatics I've invited that I met in St. Louis are it's going to be a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be fantastic.
Is a special group, man.
Looking forward to it.
It's going to be wild. Make sure you carry bail money in your sock just in case.
Yeah.
Well, we know the cops down here, so.
Oh, okay. Well, then we're safe, man. Let's go.
We're good.
So I guess one last question for you guys before we get to the announcement, because I know we're getting to the top of the hour here.
Really?
But
this is
it's been a fast show. Yeah. But so every team keeps on talking about August 1st. Nobody knows what the heck is going on, but they're saying it's going to be huge. They even got me to film something that says it's going to be huge.
I saw that today.
I don't even know what they told me. They're like, we can't tell you what it is, but if you could just film it, that'd be great. And I was like, okay.
I saw that today, and I almost messaged my girl at the Defenders. Like, yo, what's up? Why are we not doing that?
Because he's a diva.
Funny.
But
there's so many takes that he makes his girlfriend go through. It's not even funny.
There's one in every group. Don't worry.
Now, I will say, going out into downtown San Antonio in a 3-piece suit and all black was rough and 105 degrees.
Yep.
But I want to know, what do y'all think is going to happen August 1st? What do y'all think it is?
They won't tell me.
But what do you think? What are your assumptions?
Just a guess.
Schedule. Expansion.
Maybe we get some more. Maybe we can get custom player jerseys. That'd be cool.
More teams and announce the championship in Audi Field. Is that huge?
Does it rain a lot in May?
We could host the chip. That'd be cool. I think St. Louis is probably hosting the chip.
I know they will.
Oh,
does it
confirmed or no?
No, not confirmed, but they will.
Well, the thing is if St. Louis is going to host a championship, they need a giant duster and take that to that
I got allergies.
dome. Audi Field. Does it rain a lot in May in DC?
Can I hit him with the obvious statement here?
Yeah.
You know,
please do.
May showers bring April. No, wait.
No, I don't think that's it.
No, it does not rain in May because they have a lot of flowers.
Yeah, we're mostly
here.
blossoming in May.
Yes.
Okay.
We had all our rain in April.
It was raining hard. It was raining inside my van earlier. I sent you a video.
I did. I saw that.
I'm not even going to touch that comment.
I did not seal that roof fan good.
But
I have no idea what it is. I don't know what this announcement is. I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll find out in a couple days then.
They are teasing it like they believe that it is big.
It better be big. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. That's what everyone keeps saying. They keep hyping it up. It better be big. Don't
disappoint us by saying, okay, we're going to 32 ounces. You know, big deal. I bring my own stuff anyway.
Yeah, I drank out of your sunscreen bottle that one time.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I mean, no, I did.
Hey, sunscreen, if it works for the outside, it works for the inside, you know? It's all good.
Oh, my gosh.
I was feeling hot.
Cooled you right off, didn't it?
All right. Gentlemen, I cannot thank you guys enough for being on the show tonight. But we do have some bills to pay. So we're going to have to end it here. If you guys want, hang around. When we kick over, we have an after show that is for the adults only. Kids, make sure you're not watching.
Earmuffs.
But then you can say the old NFL team name on that.
You can say a lot of things on that one.
But that finally do the Dan Snyder chant, I want to say.
That show is called Only Horns. Horns After Dark.
Horny After
Dark. Or Horny After
Dark.
So
which is it?
It's both.
It's Horny After Dark and
it's Only Horns, but it's
he likes to keep it clean.
Only Horns thing.
Is it going to show up on my credit card as that, or?
Oh, believe it or not, YouTube actually, because it's on my personal channel, and YouTube actually already striked me for adult content, and I was like, okay,
the language and stuff. Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
There were some inappropriate hand gestures and things.
I mean, I'm not wearing pants
but
right now.
That's for the other show.
So what we'll do is I'll put you in the green room for now, and then I'll bring you back in a little bit if you're cool with that.
I won't be here if that happens.
I'm literally not.
Oh my gosh! Thank you guys. We'll bring you back on in a few.
Thank you so much. You guys are all.
Oh, sorry, I knocked you off early.
It's been a pleasure.
Real quick, Captain Obvious, why don't you let the fans know your social media links, all that good stuff? Give yourself a shameless plug right now.
What's social media?
You're Nats Cap Obvious, I believe, on Instagram. But you have way more Twitter followers.
Twitter, yeah.
Tell them about your MySpace page.
Is
he's on Friendster.
That's
AOL.
I haven't been
real
there
rich coming from you, Jay.
Let's go.
I can't wait for the after party now. It's at Nats Captain Obvious, the Twitter. I think it's Ted Peters on Facebook and Captain Obvious on Instagram.
Maybe.
I think that's it.
It's possible.
But if you start putting in Nats Captain Obvious or Captain Obvious,
he'll be the second one.
I'll be the first or second one. Yeah. No, that guy is done. I own him.
We're ready for the after show.
Folks, make sure you go look for Captain Obvious. We're going to sign off for right now. 210 Bramacita's got to pay some bills for us. Let's kick it over.
Yes. Apologies if you hear the music in the background. My husband's practicing. But we just wanted to feature the venue since August 5th is right around the corner. We just really want you guys to see that. I've had a lot of questions on, do I bring anything? Should we be setting up? But it's not a tailgate. FYI, it is not a tailgate. We are setting up the smallest tailgate just so others that don't know about Brahmas and what we do, the fans, that they can kind of see, just get a baby glimpse of something that we do. It's very small. So there's plenty of seating. We've reiterated this literally almost every week. There is
tons of shade.
Plenty of shade.
And cooling stations.
Cooling stations. They have an indoor coffee site. They're going to have food trucks. This is family and pet friendly. You can find them on Facebook. Make sure you go out and check them out at the Point Park. They are also going to be doing a beer special for us. So I know we talk about the Brahma beer all the time and how much we love it. They have generously bought a keg of our Golden Ale, and it will be $4.50 a pint. And part of the proceeds are also going to go to St. PJ's. So we're very thankful for that. But let me see if I can just find some pictures of. They have food trucks, so you can't bring any outside food or drinks because that's how they make money and they make their own and pay their own bills. But they have plenty of shade, plenty of seating. They have a huge park for the kids that's also shaded. We're going to have some extra special things out there as well, as far as like bubbles and just little things for the kids. But really, if you have never been to the Point Park, it's a super cool place, beer garden. So check that out. And then the last thing that I'm going to talk about is our guests for next week.
I guess, wait. One thing I wanted to mention, because I know there's a couple people who have been saying, do I dress up in game day attire? That's totally up to you. I wouldn't recommend it. Coming from the guy who wears a 3-piece suit every game, would not recommend it. But if you want to, do you? I'm probably gonna go wearing a basketball jersey or probably this shirt or something similar.
I would say bring your hat still, because we're gonna have the 360 photo booth, so it'll be cool having a little video clip. But if you plan to bring anything, just be comfortable. We're not requiring anybody to dress up in any way, but just sport your Brahma gear.
Even Wemby gear, that's fine too. Do that.
We ain't talking about Wemby right now. Go ahead, Jake.
Or you could steal a design element from Captain Obvious and just get a T-shirt made of your costume and come in that. That way people still recognize it.
Do that. But yeah, it is not required to be dressed up or anything like that. But we would want to see a bunch of yellow out there, just showing the Brahma support. Actually, I should say the last thing too. For just a quick announcement that we're going to do is we are going to be holding a raffle. Those that donate will get their name put into a raffle to win some season opener tickets. So just another incentive for you guys to come out. If you've never been to a game, or maybe you're needing some extra tickets so you can bring some friends, you donate, your name gets put in, and then we will do a live drawing on the following podcast once we come back from the event of the winner. So just another little surprise for you guys. And the last thing is you're doing Horse Forth.
Horse Forth.
And our next guest for next week.
Drum roll.
So let me change it over to that. Straight from Houston. The Rig
Rockers. Let's go.
So we'll have them on next week. We're super excited to chat with them. We haven't. I don't think we've had, because the Predators couple had to. We just Predator couple has rescheduled, but I think they're going to be our first Houston guest. So they are going to be with us next week. So super excited. Other than that, that's my news for.
They just need to take this and turn it to that, and we'll be all right.
Rig Rockers, I just want to apologize in advance that I will not be here because my son is graduating from preschool that same day. So I will be at his preschool graduation. So proud of that little man. He's also going potty. So, yeah.
Doing better than me.
Make it strides. He still wears diapers.
Well, there was a period where I wasn't, but,
We all revert back sometimes. It's okay.
Yep. But I don't have to get up from a podcast either, so.
There you go.
Very good. You gonna walk us out now, Maria Brahma?
Yeah, let's end it like we always do, everybody. You already know. Horns forward, baby.